I watched my entire future shatter across the floor, because my brother didn't like hearing the word no. They say family is supposed to protect you. But the night my brother smashed my laptop, along with my master's thesis, I learned that blood doesn't always mean loyalty. I was 1 week away from submitting the most important document of my life. My entire academic journey, every sleepless night, every sacrificed weekend, lived on that laptop. No backups. No cloud storage. Just faith and a lot of caffeine. I wasn't rich. I juggled part-time jobs, shared a room with roaches and regrets, but I was proud. I was building something on my own. Then he barged in. Red-eyed and entitled, my brother demanded I drive him to a party. I said no, I had to finish my thesis. He scoffed, you think you're better than everyone just because you read books? I didn't respond. I should have. Minutes later, I heard the crash. I ran out and saw it. My laptop. Split clean in half, keys scattered like confetti. And my brother? Standing over it with a smug shrug. Oops, he said. It slipped. I dropped to my knees. My chest tightened. I could barely breathe. I turned to my parents, tears in my eyes, begging, silently, for support. My mom waved a hand. It's just a laptop. Don't be dramatic. My dad laughed. You kids and your screens. Should have printed it. That's when I knew. I was alone. But I wasn't done. I scraped together every penny. Pawned my guitar. Skipped meals. I begged my professor for an extension. Nights were spent on library computers, saving drafts to flash drives like they were oxygen. But while I rebuilt my thesis, I started building something else. See, my golden boy brother? He'd been charging alcohol, fake IDs, even repairs for things he broke, on my parents' credit card. They never noticed. But I did. And I kept receipts. Literal receipts. And the day I finally submitted my thesis? I walked straight into the dean's office. Not about me. About him. He'd plagiarized a whole assignment. I found the original online, it was child's play. My parents didn't see it coming. They still saw him as untouchable. They didn't even notice the storm forming right under their roof. The night I clicked submit on my thesis, I didn't cry because I was tired. I cried because I survived. But the story wasn't over. While my parents praised him for getting a B, or not crashing the car for once, they never asked if I was okay. Never apologized. Instead, they upgraded his stereo system and threw him a barbecue for staying out of trouble. Meanwhile, I patched my life back together with duct tape and spite. Then everything changed. My thesis won a national award. I was invited to speak at a conference in Chicago, flights, hotel, the works. I didn't tell my family. I just packed my one good outfit and left. And while I stood on stage, room full of scholars, innovators, people who actually saw me, I felt something I never felt at home, respect. But back home? Chaos. My brother had submitted a plagiarized article to a local magazine, under my name. I found out when the editor emailed me for edits. I confronted him. Calmly. Showed him the proof. He laughed. No one's gonna believe you. You're the dramatic one, remember? But I wasn't just dramatic anymore. I had receipts. I had credibility. And I had nothing to lose. So I sent everything, to the magazine, to the ethics board, to the university. But the final blow didn't come from me. Remember those credit card charges? The fake ID, the gambling, the tires? He'd even faked my name to open a $2,500 line of credit. Fraud. With legal support from my university, I submitted everything to the bank. An investigation began. My brother was summoned. My parents panicked. My mom cried, "You're tearing this family apart." I looked her dead in the eye and said, "No. He did, and you laughed." They begged me to let it go. Family comes first. I smiled. I am family. You just forgot. We went to court. I wasn't there for revenge, I was there for justice. $75,000 in damages. The judge agreed. My brother's accounts? Frozen. My parents? Speechless. They even told him, "You owe her that much. She's the favorite now." But that didn't heal anything. That was the final confirmation, I was never their daughter. Just a tool to protect their golden child. So I walked away. And when they tried to call? They got an auto reply. "This number is no longer in service. Please contact your favorite child instead." 6 months passed. Silence. Until I got a call from a journalist. She was investigating academic fraud. My brother's name kept coming up. She'd read the court records and found mine. I told her the truth. Not with spite. Just facts. How my family laughed when I cried. How they begged only when it threatened them. The article went viral. Family loyalty or family scapegoat? One woman's fight against toxic silence. Professors shared it. Neighbors emailed. A high school teacher wrote, "We always knew you were the strong one." But my family? They lost everything they valued: reputation, respect, their golden boy's future. And then came the twist. The think tank I worked for bought a historic estate in my hometown. Perfect for retreats. It used to host my family's reunions. They tried to book it. I received the request. I didn't reply. I had my assistant send our new policy. Booking subject to owner approval. Family with unresolved litigation or history of abuse will be declined. They got the message. But a week later, I saw their car pull up. They didn't recognize me at first. I wore a crisp white suit. I stood beside directors, keynote speakers, people who valued me. My mother's lips trembled. My father looked like he'd swallowed gravel. "We didn't know it was you," she whispered. I raised a hand. "You did. You just didn't think I'd ever own anything." They asked to use the space. I smiled. "There's a nice public park 2 towns over. Less intimidating." And then I walked away. No yelling. No theatrics. Just peace. Because I wasn't the scapegoat anymore. I was the woman they tried to erase. Standing at the gates of what used to be theirs, holding the keys they'll never take again.